his hands and all his toes,
yeah,
and
exactly.
just about everyone else. But vampire apocalypse, they don't really happen. They never get that far. We usually end up wiping out. Some vampire hunter ends up taking them out before it gets
too bad.
This movie starts out where they've already taken over.
Yeah, they've already taken over.
They are established. They own the night. They have tinted windows on everything. That's
when tinted windows are truly legal.
Yeah, because vampires.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But in the end, it comes down to the point where the vampires are now the humans, and the humans are just some extinct race that's almost gone.
Yeah, where the humans go from cattle, or I'm sorry, not cattle, but from the big dominant species to like I said, to endangered species, if not cattle.
Yeah,
like,
the ones that aren't captured are being held in giant, basically stockyards where their blood is harvested and they're basically asleep. I mean, we've seen it in many movies. Blade. Blade was the only one I could think of where they did that too. But they do that. They harvest the blood. They have their blood banks. They steal from blood banks or plasma centers or what. Actually, that I never actually thought of that. The plasma centers could be getting better.
Yeah,
but
no, that's perfect. Humans actually make a deal with the vampires
and give them the plasma,
to
that's
give
what
them
they
the
need
blood.
anyways. Yeah. They don't really actually need the blood. They need the plasma.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. But are there any other types of apocalypse?
Well, there is a few others. There is the robot apocalypse, which we've seen, let's see, Terminators, Matrix, Transformers.
Where all the robot was some kind of, it's either a type of machine that we have made, or robot that we've made.
Or Maximum Overdrive sense, where the machines just go crazy and start killing everybody.
Yeah, something that's, either we've made, specifically like Terminators type stuff, where...
Yeah, that's Skynet Maximum Overdrive. They kind of fit in that same area where they just kind of...
Yeah, they end up screwing us over. We're like, oh crap.
Matrix is where we were the ones that brought them in, we made the mistake, and then they just retaliated and fucked us.
Yep.
And Transformers, well, yeah, that's definitely getting to the whole apocalypse. With the third movie, Dark Side of the Moon, when I saw the trailers, I was like, oh, that's another one of those robot apocalypses. It's going to be bad.
Yeah.
But the robot apocalypse is another one we're scared of because technology is getting better and better. Eventually, we're all afraid that it's going to get too good.
When is it going to become
self-aware?
When is it going to become Skynet?
Self-aware,
exactly.
Self-aware artificial intelligence. When we get that, we're fucked.
Yeah. So
there's also another apocalypse I thought of, and that is disease.
Oh well,
plague.
That's
massive. Not the. I know that sounds like
more
the
of a
vampire,
natural apocalypse.
I know, but that sounds like the vampire or the zombie. But remember, there are some where it was something engineered. And it just spread. I mean, I know Resident Evil kind of did that with the whole zombie plague, but
there are diseases though that are out there already that could wipe us out.
Hell, the Black Plague could take us out again.
Well, but that was only in a continent. You look at look at the bird virus. The avian flu. Like they say that if that particular strain evolves just right, it could just kick the asses of a nation, if not more, depending on how bad things get. And what if it spread so fast that we didn't have time to get a vaccine ready, to help us, get some kind of an immunity going? We would be screwed. It would be, in a sense, an apocalypse to us.
Now, there's one other apocalypse, which is the most least likely, which is the magical apocalypse. Usually dealing with mythical creatures or creatures that have been long since dead or thought to be extinct. I hate to bring up this movie, and I have seen it, called Dragon Wars. But it is
horrible movie.
I know, it is terrible, but it does prove a point. That is kind of one of the things I'm talking of. Is
a mythical creature coming out and just killing
annihilating
everyone.
Yeah,
whether they mean to kill us or not.
Actually, I could go ahead and say Reign of Fire would be a better.
That was
slightly better because we were already kind of fucked. By
Reign of Fire was way better than Dragon Wars. I'll just say that right now before without going into a whole other topic.
The only reward of Dragon Wars was getting to see the Shenron at the end. I thought that was kind of cool.
I thought that was cool because again, I think me and Ben being
we're
big
Shenron fans.
Yeah, being especially when you look at we love Dragon Ball Z, and of course you look at the Shenrons,
that was a good Shenron. But
they're good Shenron.
The point is, a mythical or magical apocalypse is the one other one.
A creature or something.
It doesn't even have to be that.
Yeah.
Which the magic one also kind of goes along the same line as the demonic apocalypse too, because it's usually some type of warlock or witch that casts a spell that usually either releases demons or
Yeah,
does something
yeah, that,
magical to take over the world, kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing is more, I would count as more of a fantasy, of course, like based on like D&D type of fantasy.
We get a lot of animes that do that one a lot.
Yeah, well, there's one guy who hates humanity and tries to fuck us all over, But of course, we have to get down to the nitty-gritty about the most basic kind of apocalypse there is.
And unfortunately,
that's biblical.
Yeah, the biblical apocalypse.
About we're talking plagues, we're talking the four horsemen, we're talking the dragon sweeping the stars from the sky and screwing us all, that kind of stuff.
Of course, when you're dead and up in heaven, you're going to be bragging, I died in the motherfucking apocalypse, man.
Well, yeah, but you know what though? See, that's the whole thing. Is that if you died in the apocalypse, you're screwed. Because the thing is, in the Bible, it says that if you die, that the only time you're going to be okay and cool is if you're taken up in the rapture with Jesus, right?
True.
But and anyone who was left, on the earth at the time, during the 7 years of something I can't think of it now.